You know, a lot of cars these days are automatic. So what you do is you just put it in drive and then you just go. But there's still some cars around that are manual. And this is one of the manual cars. So the first thing to notice the difference between a manual and automatic is the stick shift or the gear shift, all right? So if you look at the car, everything's normal, except when you get to this part, then you'll see right there, that thing is a stick. It's a manual stick, all right? So that's what you use to drive the car or to change gears for the car. So on your right, you got your gas, and then your center, you got your brake, then your left, you got your clutch. And that's what you need for shifting the gears. So the gear won't move unless you press the clutch in. If you press the clutch in like that, then it's going to release the gear, and that's when you can change the gear. Here, this is a 5-speed gear. So what that means is that it has gears all the way to from 1 to 5. Depending on the car, they're different. But for this model, for this Civic, it's 1 to 5. The R, just like an automatic car, it stands for reverse. And all manual cars are different. So sometimes the R will actually be before 1, or the R will all be all the way over here. You gotta know where R is in order to go to reverse, because you don't want to be in reverse gear when you want to be in first gear and all of a sudden you go backwards. There's this thing, okay? This thing's the e-brake. It's actually the parking part of the car. Okay, so if this is P, you gotta drop down the gear. Drop down the e-brake in order to move. So if you look at the car right now, if you can move the stick back and forth like that, really long, really far, back and forth, that means that you're in neutral. So just like in an automatic, it has neutral, but here, it doesn't say it, but neutral is just this. And if you have it on neutral, then the car won't die at all, no matter what. When you turn on the car, it won't turn on unless you press the clutch in, because like I said, the clutch is very important and it's everything about the car. So you push that in, then you'll be able to go to gear 1, and from there then you'll be able to start driving the car. And then every time you shift, you need to put that clutch in, then you can go to gear 2, 3, 4, or 5 depending on your speed. Even though let's pretend there's a zombie apocalypse going on, safety first. You always want to put on your seatbelt. So stalling is what happens when the engine dies, basically. The engine dies when it doesn't get fed gas. That again goes back to the gear and the clutch. Just for you guys, alright? Just for you guys, I'm gonna stall the car. Since it's on neutral, the car won't die. But as soon as I put it into gear 1, but if I let go of clutch, then this is what happens when you stall the car. Once that happens, you gotta go back to turn on the car. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to go into first gear and how to actually let the car go. So I'm on brake. I'm gonna let go of brake. I'm gonna go gas. And there's this press on gas right here. I gotta let go of clutch on my left feet, right? And at a certain point, those two things are gonna balance. And when that thing balances, the car is gonna go, okay? It's gonna start going. And then once you get past that point, then you can switch to gear 2, gear 3, and the car still won't die, okay? So here we go. See, the car is starting to move now. Clutch comes out, gas goes in. So it's basically a balancing between those two. And now we're gonna go to third gear. Same thing. As we pick up more speed, then we need to do it again. And on the highways, then you're gonna need higher gears. More speed means higher gears. Uphill is very important because if you don't know how to balance between clutch and gas, the car is gonna start moving backwards, and if it rolls backwards, it's gonna hit somebody. So that's, unless that person's a zombie, then that's fine. So you need a balance between clutch and gas, all right? Uphill balance. If you can do this, then you're basically ready, good to go. My feet are switching back and forth between each other, and this will save you from zombies too.